Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Wow. I think I need to wake you up a bit. This is absolutely incredible. This is surreal. Can't believe you're here. I'm here. We're here together. Is this so amazing? Like yesterday, a friend of mine asked me, Felix, you're hosting GREENTECH Festival Conference, like the big conference with NICO ROSBERG, you know? Are you nervous? Are you excited? And I was like, do you know what? I know it is a big thing. And of course, I am a bit excited, but usually I never get stage fright, or as in German we call Lampenfieber. But do you know what I'm most excited about? That I'm actually standing on a physical stage in front of a physical audience. It gives me goosebumps, and I could actually cry with happiness and excitement. This is amazing. Welcome. My name is Felix Uhlig, and it's my great honor and pleasure to host this year's GREENTECH Festival 2021 conference for you. And do you know what I'm also really happy about when I look into the audience after months and weeks of online streams, online events? I'm really, really happy that you're actually wearing something underneath the belt line, that you're actually wearing underneath the camera side, so no boxer shorts, no joggers in the audience. Thank you very much for that. So that brings me actually to our online audience watching us from wherever you are. This might be your living room, this might be your office, and actually with these temperatures in Berlin, I could even imagine you sitting in an inflatable pool on your balcony in your garden. So welcome, great to have you here too. Hi to our audience, welcome. Now, today we are bringing together pioneers, change makers, innovators to accelerate the launch into a more sustainable, more green future. And actually today, this is more important than ever before. And this is what GREENTECH Festival is all about. Now, you can expect exciting keynotes, panel discussions, exciting innovations, bootcamps, and deep dives. And we've created a stage for idea exchange, driven by the need for a sustainable business, driven by the need for sustainable business solutions. And we are really excited to have you here today. Good morning once again. We start off the day by welcoming our founders and CEO of GREENTECH Festival. Please welcome Marco Vogt, NICO ROSBERG, and JUDITH KÜHN. Guys, this is so great to see you. And like, honestly, after these months of ups and downs, and I see your smiles. Well, what's your first impression, Marco?
Well, it's amazing. First of all, I'm really, really happy to see in all your faces and don't look into a computer. So this is really amazing. Thanks for being here. So I'm really impressed. I'm really happy to present you our GREENTECH Festival 2021. And yeah, I'm overwhelming.
Nico, how do you feel?
I'm absolutely excited. I'm thrilled. We already had our speakers dinner last night, and the power of innovation that was there in that dinner and it's going to be here today on our stage and within amongst our audience is just so fascinating. So I'm just very, very thankful and excited for these days and ready to get going.
Judith, I see your smile.
Yes, I am, and I'm totally overwhelmed and so happy that we can stand on the stage in front of a real audience after all this Netflix binging, homeschooling, home office. And I'm also very thankful because the team did an incredible job, and we want to get the party started now.
I mean, look at this location. This is absolutely stunning. And Well, I've mentioned a bit about the program. We have keynotes, we have panel discussions, boot camps. There's just so much to explore. We still have the exhibition going on downstairs. What do you feel most excited about, Judith?
I love that we have 2 locations this time. So I hope everyone who's around here will also check out Heeresbäckerei, because we have a DJ lineup, we have another great exhibitors over there, and the backyard is pretty nice.
Nico, your favorite of the day?
No, for me, it's the amount of speakers that have accepted to come as well, not only virtually, but also in person. 150 speakers from around the world, and the interest has just been phenomenal, so we're very thankful, and I'm excited to see what we're going to be creating together.
Your favorite part?
Yeah, for me, is it's very great to have startups and big companies together, working on projects together, and so great networking atmosphere here that I enjoyed yesterday on the speakers dinner, and hopefully this 2 next week's days.
That was a pretty awesome start yesterday evening. So, but I see, Marco, not you yourself, but you've prepared some instruments here. What's this all about?
Yeah, I tried to play some guitar, but I failed. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce you to the European Championship songs from the Telecom. We have Daniel Hall and his band.
Hall. That's amazing.
Yeah, he will play again for us. He had a probe for him, and so, is he ready?
So excited. I guess they are. So put your hands together for Daniel Hall.
Daniel Hall and his band.
Have fun!
Hey.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are feeling good. I thought since it's so early, we'll start off smooth. We'll have a big climax and then we'll end it smooth. Is that okay? This song I wrote for my wife. You're breathing fast, catch your breath. Don't look back for now. We're a long way gone, still more to come. The storm is dying down. I promised you we'd make it through. Now I'm nowhere close to tired. We've taken turns, crashed and burned, but we keep on feeding fires. So whatever this is now, let's make it last forever. I don't want to lose us down. We're birds of a feather. So now we're here, and now it's all that counts for me. With drying tears, I'm as happy as I can be. With you by my side, with you driving. When we arrive, yeah. There's no way to erase all that we've been through. So close your eyes and let's just drive, yeah, into somewhere new. So whatever this is now, let's make it last forever. I don't want to break us down. We're birds of a feather. So now we're here, and now it's all that counts for me. With drying tears, 'cause I'm as happy as I can be. With you by my side. when we arrive, yeah. All right, thank you guys. It's really, for me, a big honor to be here on this event because I've been following it for basically from the beginning on. And the next song, what I'm singing, is basically called On the Field of Dreams. It was for the Euro Cup, but originally it was called A Worldwide Dream, and it was about making a difference and changing something, taking a negativity and turning it into positivity. And that's what the song is about. That's why it's an honor for me to be here with you guys. So are you guys feeling good? I need a little more energy. Are you guys feeling good? All right. Let's get excited for a brand new day. My heart's on fire and I'm burning for change. That's true for me and you. Let's find a way to right every wrong. Even when you feel weak, deep inside you're strong. It's true for me and you. That's right. Come on. No time to sit around. Let's stand together now. There's no color in truth. We'll find a better way for me and you. Are you guys ready? Let's open up the whole world, 'cause we just got to believe. Open hearts, open minds, we are here, we're alive, can't you see? On the field of dreams. It could be called On the Field of Green, but it wasn't. Let's stand together now, stand up and fight. It's time we let it out, hearts on the line. You choose the best for you. No way to hold us down, 'cause we're on a high. Take a hold of my hand, I don't want to lose sight of truth. The best is in you. No time to sit around, let's stand together now. There's no color in truth. We'll find a better way for me and you. Can you guys do it like this? Let's open up the whole world, 'cause we just got to believe. Open hearts, open minds, we are here, we're alive, can't you see? On the field of dreams. Sit on the field of dreams. Just open your heart, yeah. On the field of dreams. Let's open up the whole world, 'cause we just got to believe. Open hearts, open minds, we are here, we're alive, can't you see? The whole wide world is green. That's right, that was that remix. So thank you guys very much. I'm so happy I get to speak English, weil mein Deutsch ist einfach, wenn ich nervös bin, voll schlimm. Da rede ich einfach. Anyways, yeah, that song was written basically about 8 weeks ago, and I can't believe it because I was actually doing nothing with our band. We were kind of like practicing and writing songs and yeah, and doing online events. It was good, but it wasn't as good as having people in front. Even with your mask, you guys look like you're smiling. So the last song we're gonna do is called "What Your Heart Was Made For," and I'm a father with 3 daughters. My middle daughter is turning 16 and she's going to America as an exchange. That's what this song is called, "What Your Heart Is Made For." So this is it, we're finally here. I couldn't hold back all the tears, so I won't even try. Your mind is set to spread your wings. And you're my baby girl, and I'm about to kiss you goodbye. Come on and hold your daddy tonight. Whatever you do, wherever you go, feel every high and every low inside you. I want you to face all your blinding lights, to jump right into the place unknown. With every scar, your beauty will grow. Don't waste time. I want you to love and get hurt, feel your heart till it bursts, 'cause this is what your heart was made for. And if you guys have children, you know what it feels like when they leave home, right? And there were times we couldn't tell if we were gonna get to make it through this far. And I watched you grow when roads were dark, and every day I stopped to count all our lucky stars. I promise you they'll always be ours. Whatever you do, wherever you go, feel every high and every low inside you. I want you to face all the blinding lights. Just jump right into the space unknown. With every sky, your beauty will grow. Don't waste time. I want you to love and get hurt. Feel your heart till it bursts at the top of your lungs. Scream for all that you were. This is what your heart was made for, yeah. Ooh, ooh. This is what your heart was made for, yeah. Ooh, ooh. This is what your heart was made for. This is what your heart was made for. So basically this was it. We did 3 songs. I'm happy to be here for 3 songs. Dankeschön, vielen, vielen Dank. My name is Daniel Hall. We're from Düsseldorf and Cologne. I'd like to introduce my band, ladies and gentlemen. On keyboards, Mr. Jan Klinkenberg. Yeah. On guitar, ladies and gentlemen, musical director, Mr. Simon Mantai. Yeah. And it's the sexiest bass player I know, ladies and gentlemen. On bass, make some noise for Mr. Alex Heilmann. Woo! And on drums, Mr. Jens Gohlke. Berlin, GREENTECH. Dankeschön, dass ich hier sein durfte für euch, auch wenn es kurz war. Es ist unser allererstes Mal, diese Songs vor einem Live-Publikum zu spielen. Und das war gut. Yeah! This is it. We're finally here. I couldn't hold back all the tears, so I won't even try. Come here and kiss your daddy goodbye. Dankeschön. Viel Spaß. Wie wir jetzt gesehen haben, ein Mensch kann viel bewirken, Richtung Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a proof that one person can make a difference. Ich finde das super, was ihr macht. Viel Erfolg dabei. Und
Daniel Hall and band! Stay with me for a second. Cheers, guys. That was amazing. What a start. Daniel Hall and band and the official well, European Championship song from Magenta TV,
yeah.
On the Field of Dreams.
On the Field of Dreams, that's right.
Amazing. How does that feel? You just said it, standing in front of a physical audience.
It's really nice. It's really, really good. Our last real show was like last year in February. We were in Portugal actually, and yeah, we got a call like, okay, the tour's canceled. You guys got to leave. We have to go home. And then we went home, and since then we haven't been on a live stage in a while. So it feels really good.
But you had enough time to write songs?
We had enough time. We used it. I'm actually kind of a positive person, and I'm happy about that. So I always believe in just making, like, taking something negative, you can learn from it. If a situation, I mean, we can't change that we're in lockdown, we were masks, and so I can cry about it, or I can do something. And I chose the chance to write music. Our band is actually, we do a lot of corporate shows, Firmenveranstaltungen, and my last release as an artist myself was in 2003. And I was on tour with Britney Spears. We did a world tour and everything. And then after that, we had some complications with my wife with her birth of my second daughter. And I had to stop everything. And I was an independent label. And after that, I didn't do anything. So I started doing corporate events and covers. And I've been doing that for the last 20 years. And
Great to have you here today.
To write music, and now I'm bringing out. I just believe that it's time for me to tell my story. So that's why I'm here.
We believe it's his time, right? Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you. Alrighty. Dankeschön.
Enjoy the festival.
Yeah, I will. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Daniel, Hall and Band. Well, what we're now about to witness is something truly incredible. NICO will sit together with one of his best friends and two incredible artists. Well, athletes that have gotten to, well, the peak of success in their range of sports. Sit together and talk about how important sustainability actually is, how to set goals, how we should work together, how we, well, strive to achieve our combined goals in order to overcome humankind's biggest challenge these days. Please welcome the renowned sailor, Boris Herrmann, and of course to stand with him and chat, NICO ROSBERG, back on stage.
Hi, Boris. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing?
Hi, Nico. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing very well.
We can't hear you at the moment, Boris. Can you just check you don't have the mute on? Try again.
I don't have the mute on.
Much better. Thank you very much, Boris. Now we can hear you. Quick introduction. So Boris is one of our greatest sporting heroes of the moment, the first German to take part in the Vendée Globe. The Vendée Globe, for me, being potentially the toughest sporting event in the world. Alone on a sailboat, going for 80 days around the world. I mean, that is just completely insane. So already there, Boris, my greatest respect. And what unites us, Boris, is that we love to use our sport as a vehicle for doing good. And so my question to you, where did the inspiration come from for you, not just to sail fast, but also to want to do a lot of good with your sailing?
Yeah, hi Nico. First of all, thank you for having me here today, and thank you for this invitation. I am a professional sailor since more than 10 years, and spent a lot of time on the ocean and actually see change, can observe climate change impact on the ocean, and that first of all got me just curious. During my first round the world race, what that the different Antarctic ice situation have to do with climate change, and so and nowadays it has become a part of our project. Just one question: I have a strong return. Can we check that?
That's fine. And what was like one significant moment that you remember where you saw large icebergs breaking away, or any other thing that you remember really sparking your worry about our environment?
Yeah, absolutely. So in my second round the world race, non-stop as well, is like the Vendée Globe this time, we took 10 days longer. Surprisingly, we didn't have enough. We didn't have planned for that. We didn't have enough food. And my crewmate, we were two on board, lost 25 kilos. So that's something you can't forget. And in the aftermath of this the race, we discussed with scientists that with global warming, the ice drift on the Southern Ocean and around Antarctic was impacted very different that particular year, and that opened my eyes how we witness climate change on a global scale.
So as a result, Boris, you also have a data gathering laboratory on your Malizia race boat. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you know, the oceans are such an important element of our life system, of our planet. They permit that we live on this planet. You know, every second breath we take is oxygen produced by the oceans. They take up a lot, like roughly a third of man-made CO2 from the atmosphere. And 93% of global warming, the heat energy, is absorbed by the ocean. So they play a fundamental role, really, for our life on Earth. And we had the chance during this last non-stop race around the world to gather high quality data in ocean regions where almost never any boat goes, around Antarctica and the Southern Ocean, where the Vendée Globe race plays out most of the time.
Who are you providing that data with, and how has it helped the organization?
It is made available to scientists globally. There are databases that capture this data, and they are quality controlled beforehand. And therefore we worked a couple of years on this, and really to make sure that the data quality is at the standards, the highest possible standards. And that worked out. And amazingly, this high-tech laboratory survived this rough ride around the world, and the data then gets submitted, and it's already quoted in important international science studies, like the global carbon budget and things like that, so in documents that then go to the IPCC reports.
Providing such valuable research. One more question is sporting mindset. I think all of us can learn a lot from sporting mindset. A lot of it comes down to preparation as well. That's where we are best at. How much sleep did you get on your 80 days around the world, and how much sleep at one time?
Yeah, really the interesting question is the sleep at one time, that we try to keep under 1 hour to always be there for our boat, for the changing winds and the changing sea conditions, to always adapt the boat to sail as efficiently as possible. And so therefore sleep is very different from sleep on land, and it's a situation of high intensity over 80 days. I can tell you.
And what was the toughest moment for you mentally? Because of course, also in this great challenge we're facing in fighting climate change, there's a lot of challenges, and we need to have resilience. And I think, again, you as a sporting hero are a master of resilience. What was your toughest moment mentally during the race?
Yeah, it's an interesting challenge, this Vendée Globe. You have the technology, you have nature, and you have the racing aspect. This is a high-tech boat. It has hydrofoils. It semi-flies over the ocean at 70 kilometers an hour. You have the weather forecast that you try to deal with on your own. You don't have outside assistance. And then you have the competitive effect and yourself, your own mental challenge. And I have to admit that myself, my own ambition, that was the biggest challenge. You know, you're torturing yourself all the time. You want to do better, but you have to acknowledge your own limits. You have to sleep sometimes, and you cannot you cannot do as much as you wanted. In every moment, you have to judge to judge how to go.
But what helps there a lot is important to set goals, isn't it? Do you do that as well?
Yeah, of course. And my wife was really important for me in this process. She reminded me, if you arrive to the finish, that's already a great success. And taming a little bit down my inner fire or ambition. That I was, sometimes getting stressed when I was losing miles or distance to the leaders and or setbacks in the race. At the end, my goal had been to get to the top 5, and that worked out. I finished 5th in the race, but that was not the only goal, and that was actually quite important. We had kind of like 5 goals. We wanted to share the adventure with the public. I wanted to inspire children, especially school children. We have an educational campaign. We wanted to gather the science data, and these other goals, aside the sport aspect, they were really important mentally for me to motivate myself when the sports side didn't go exactly as expected.
Well, I definitely agree with your wife that if we do reach the climate goals, that will also be enough. But that's going to be a big, big challenge. Thank you very much, Boris. One last message from you to our global audience that's watching.
Yeah, I would like to motivate you to get up every morning and then just think, how can you rise your own inspiration about the challenge of climate change? I mean, a challenge is also something positive. It brings the best out of us, and let's try to be more ambitious every day. It's a race against time that we are all part of, and it's a race we must win.
Okay, great inspiring last words. Let's really go for it, everybody together with the sporting mentality. Thank you very much, Boris. It was a pleasure to speak to you. And bye-bye. Thank you, Boris.
Thank you. Thank you, Nico. Have fun, everyone, at the festival. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Boris Herrmann and Nico Rosberg. Now, we're going to start with our first panel of today, Future Vision's panel, Business as a Platform for Change. Now, if we witness change and the changes that have come across our minds in the past, 5 years, and especially in the past 1.5 years since COVID-19 struck, it could be said that mankind is, experiencing one of the most rapid changes when it comes to its entire history. And in our first panel today, we will talk about exactly that. We have invited incredible innovators who live for a sustainable future. We have Salesforce, who is committed to a sustainable future for all. They're pursuing green building certifications and delivering a carbon-neutral cloud for their customers. And they actually achieved net zero greenhouse gas emissions in 2017 already. And on the other hand, Bosch Climate Solutions, that supports manufacturing companies and supports them in, becoming more sustainable in their production facilities. And they create technology that is invented for the climate and intelligent solutions that help make production resource efficient. And actually Bosch as well launched over 1,000 projects worldwide and achieved a savings of more than 210,000 megawatt hours. Please welcome the EVP and CEO Central Europe of Salesforce, Stefan HÖCHBAUER, and CEO and co-founder of Bosch Climate Solutions, Donja Amer.
Hello. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey,
Good
Donja.
morning.
Great to have you two here on stage.
Great to be here.
And as I mentioned in the intro, the past 1.5 years have been incredibly, tense and so much change going on. And actually, climate change, from being a political matter to being accepted by almost everyone. tell us, what has happened? What has changed people's minds? Donia.
Well, I mean, the world is changing constantly, and some of these changes, they are temporary, while others are really impacting us in our whole way how we live and how we, how we deal with our lives, I would say. For example, the current pandemic with COVID is infecting everybody of us. And if you listen to science, they are already focusing on climate protection and climate change in more than 13 years. But in the last couple of years, it becomes more and more an activity where people start to act. And I think that's really the changing point now, that we are starting to work on climate protection in our own backyard, instead of pointing it to other industries, other countries, or even to the distant future.
Stefan, what has happened?
Yeah, just to build on what Donia said, I think the pandemic illuminated very clear that we are on a tipping point, we are a changing point, right? So climate change is the biggest challenge in humanity. And it's clear that we have to change, and it's clear that every business has to transform and have to bring sustainability at their core. And that's exactly what we're also doing in Salesforce. You mentioned it so well. We have put sustainability and giving back and putting the environment and the planet as our key stakeholder at our core. That's important to do.
So at the moment we have this incredible energy, we have this momentum that drives people to actually be more sustainable. How can we utilize it to actually help the society benefit from our actions?
I mean, one of the observations we do as Bosch Climate Solutions when we are consulting companies is really some people, they don't even know where to start. And that's a point where we can join forces and learn from each other a little bit more, and using partners instead of competitors and being competitors, and really joining forces to tackle this challenge. And Salesforce is also a great partner for Bosch with the Salesforce Cloud, for example, but we need more people who are joining forces and who are standing up and taking over leadership. That is my biggest wish to tackle this challenge. But Stefan?
Well, we in Salesforce believe that businesses are the platform for change, as you mentioned in the introduction. That's the most important statement of Salesforce. So, because businesses have the innovation to change, the innovation power, they have the financial power, and they also have the transformational power. And that's why businesses are asked really to change now. And again, I'm repeating myself to put it on the agenda. Sustainability is a core value. That's super important. And that's what we do.
You want to add something?
No, but absolutely, I only can underline, because if not, the board is committed to tackle this challenge and to make it really as an element of their, let's say, goals and strategic values, it's really hard to transform into the direction. That's why I think Salesforce, as well as Bosch, is fully committed from top to everybody in the company.
This actually brings me to another question to you, Donia. Since you're helping companies on a daily basis in improving their productions, their habits to become more sustainable, how could you actually, kick companies off to start this journey? How can you give them the last, hint?
I mean, what we like to do is really to question what can happen tomorrow that your business do no longer exist. What can disrupt your business, for example, and climate can disrupt. If you run out of water, for example, in any area where you have a production site, it might be really hard for you to do your production or manufacturing if you don't have access to water. And this is one of the climate risks we are facing. So really making them aware there's something happening out, and you can't just ignore it, and then start first. Do you have an idea about your sustainability answer? And within, do you have a climate strategy? Do you know your KPIs, how to manage and how to measure? Is there any kind of governance around? Do you communicate? So it's a full story we're trying to tell. And really, we have to start on top, and you have to make clear it's not an option. Climate change is happening, and you have to find an answer.
What is your impression about companies in Germany? Are they open for that?
It's a mixed picture, I would say. Some of them are quite advanced. You know, Germany, we have a lot of engineers, and these engineers are really working hard in energy efficiency activities and so on. But in average, I would say, there's a harder push from finance and automotive, while other industries still lacking a little bit behind. But it's really a mixed picture. It always starts with the board. And if the leadership team is committed, everybody else is following and supporting.
Oh, absolutely.
So you've probably in the past 16 months have experienced a change in thought.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Communication is getting more, actions are getting more. It's away from, let's talk about climate as an issue, more to the way, okay, what do we need to do next?
All right. Well, how does this actually relate to you, Stefan? You come from the world of software and also, well, actually not help companies improve their benefits of sustainability.
Well, actually, you might think a software company or a tech company isn't related to sustainability, but it is. It is very much.
Would not be my first thought.
Absolutely. We are talking to our customers giving us the feedback that it is very tough for them to release sustainable value out of their data. So they need a robust set of data. They need a data platform, a mature enterprise data platform in order to build sustainable value. Only if you have this sustainable value data, you can build impactful decisions based on that. And that's exactly where we as Salesforce kick in. So we help our customers, to bring the sustainability to their core and also make sure that they have the data platform and what we call the 360-degree view on their sustainability data, then to make impactful decisions on sustainability. Only if you know your data, only if you know the impact of your carbon footprint, only if you know what area of your business is driving emissions, you can make decisions, and you need to have this data platform.
So maybe do you have an advice for software companies, software service providers out there, how to, like I asked Donia, how to kick off their sustainability journey?
Well, it's clear. It's starting on the top, right? You need to bring in sustainability as a core value into your business. It starts from the board level. It starts from the CEO. And we have in Salesforce a super passionate CEO about sustainability. And he is so passionate that he is not only reporting on a quarterly basis our financial results, but he is also talking and reporting about our sustainability goals and our achievements. And I think that's the fundamental mind shift we have to do, that sustainability is as much as important as any financial data we are reporting on a quarterly basis.
So it's
a cultural mind shift.
The mindset of
mindset is an attitude, yeah.
Would you have expected something similar 5 years ago?
No, certainly not, to be very honest. I think there were many companies out having this topic, sustainability, on their slides, right? But then basically turning around and not really committing to that. But it starts to change, right? There are more and more companies having this on their CEO agenda and living it down to the employee base.
So what role can actually business play in shaping the future and address climate change? Mm-hmm. How can businesses support?
I mean, what we see at the moment is that, for example, more and more companies are really committing to declare in, for example, the Carbon Disclosure Project or SBTi, Science-Based Target Initiative. And the moment you see more transparency getting into the topic, that the greenwashing and really investing and reducing your footprint is something different, and people understand there is a difference, and the ones who are investing getting a commercial advantage also out of it, I think then business can play a significant role. I mean, BlackRock is a good example, and others also in the automotive industry. They are asking now all their tier one supplier to speed up their journey. And if business is getting more push into this direction, they can make a significant difference if it's just greenwashing or if we are really focusing on doing actions. At least my view.
Absolutely. I mean, and don't forget the employees, right? Put the employees as part in this story. It's not only a CEO topic, it's not only a board level. Invite the employees to basically participate. And you would be surprised how many employees are really willing to buy into that sustainability goal and the goals we have as a company in Salesforce, for example. So even during the pandemic, even during the limitations, a lot of employees spend a lot of time in social projects, giving back, and also having sustainability goals on their own in the private life.
Yeah.
So it's on top of the mind also of the employees.
And the biggest wish if the customer decides, you know, if the customer, where Salesforce is supporting and Bosch is supporting, if they decide and make a difference, if a company is investing in serious reduction of their emission and they buy their products more than others, I think this is also a strong statement.
So the cultural mindset and the foundation of the data to make impactful decisions is a good start.
So, last question with the request for a quick answer. Companies, especially German companies, often get accused of being stuck in their legacy mentality, acting slow. How can we speed things up? How?
I wouldn't say we are stuck. I say we are, let's say, we are investing more time in thinking and then acting very precisely and with a high quality standard. So Bosch is the first industry giant becoming carbon neutral or producing carbon neutral since last year. I wouldn't call it slow. But German companies first invest time in thinking and making, let's say, a broader view about possibilities and scenarios and then make a decision. But the execution part hopefully then starts faster.
Certainly also regulatory changes might help a little bit to push, right?
Yeah.
But again, we shouldn't hide, or businesses shouldn't hide behind legacy systems or complexity or big organizations. That's just an excuse, right?
Yeah.
You have to start from the top and you have to execute.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
That's a nice ending. Legacy is no excuse.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Start acting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Donya.
Thanks to you.
And Stefan
Thanks for being here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Donya Armour and Stefan HÖCHBAUER.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Felix.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.